Hi, I'm Dorian Bayham.
And y'all tuned in with us on a Real Talk show. We told y'all we'll be getting footage outside the studio and onto the streets, doing community work, standing up, doing community action. I've partnered up with my friend Dorian Bayham. She's an author, a speaker, a businesswoman, an event person. She has a homeless program that she's the director of. We go out and support each other in the city of New Orleans. We're bringing awareness to our city and we're showing compassion that we care. I just went out with Dorian Bayham. We filmed the homeless show. We got some amazing stories, some amazing testimonies about the homeless. Now we've made it over here to Two-Row Hospital to interview the sick and shut-in. Stay tuned for an amazing story. I give it to Dorian.
Hey everyone. Well, as you know, as Rashonda just said, we've been doing a lot of things out here in the community in New Orleans trying to make our city a better place. Thanks to Rashonda Blanks, we've been capturing moments of what matters here in the city, whether it's the homeless mission that I've been doing, that the city of New Orleans have come together and help out with contributing to that, as well as the toy drives that we've been given. I mean, just constantly giving back to the community and making it a bigger and better place and speaking on the issues that matter, from the violence in the city to where we at right now.
To Two-Row Hospital, right. and it all boils back down to that. So stay tuned with us. We will be giving you an interview from the Push for Change wheelchair crew, Sick and Shut-In. Thank you. Well, here you see, we're over here at Two-Row Hospital in New Orleans. The wheelchair guys, they got dressed up and came out to get some fresh air with the city of New Orleans. I want to thank my friend Dorian Bayham so much for coming out. And I would like people to glorify the work that we're doing. We're working hard in the communities. We're also asking for more people to back us up in what we're doing. Our mission is to try to turn an already bad situation into good. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Francis Falls.
My name is Wellington Radcliffe, better known as Skelly Well. I'm the president of PFC. PFC is Push for Change. PFC is the first social and pleasure club that was thought up between me and him for people in our condition. I paraded before I got paralyzed. I've been in the dance world all my life. Dance was a big part of my life, but due to gunshot wounds, I was paralyzed. I started this group because me and him used to go to second lines a lot. Where I met him at the second line, and it was the look I saw on his face that made me want to really get to know who he was. And through that, we've been joined at the hip like twins. So we got together in second line. He always knew I had a passion. He had a passion for dancing. So we decided to get together and start a club that would be just specifically for special need people. A social and pleasure club. I had a second line with clubs that really don't cater to persons of our needs. So that being said, you might have one person in the club by every second line club that's in a wheelchair. So if you coming out of a building and the building's not accessible, you got to find a way to come out. That being said, I adjusted to a lot of things as far as being handicapped. I've been in the chair 28 years through. I got shot 4 times in 1986 in the Magnolia Project, and it paralyzed me. As a result, I've been in the chair for 28 years. I've never had a house handicap accessible. I've never had nothing handicap accessible. Anywhere I live, I have to improvise to learn how to get in the house, get out the house, get in the bathroom, get out the bathroom. That being said, I've pushed all over the city, in buildings that's not handicap accessible, in stores that's not handicap accessible. So through all that and the knowledge I have about my city, I wanted to bring awareness to our condition, because it's hard when we want to get out and do things and you can't get in the same clubs that everybody else get into. So that being said, me and him, we came up with the club. We put the club together December 2013, and we supposed to come out this year. but we the first club designed specifically just to bring awareness to being handicapped in the city. I mean, I've been in a number of situations where it wasn't handicap accessible, but I didn't allow that to stop me from getting in and out of the place or the venue.
Okay, I understand that. But this is what I want to ask you. What would you tell to our young people that are reaching death way too early and been exposed too much? Because I'm more than sure you said gunshot wounds in a Magnolia project. I'm more than sure that was a notorious situation.
But what it is, it's I live off of the old things that I was taught. My grandma said it takes a whole village to raise a child. So that being said, we have a lot of young black males, a lot of young black kids growing up without both of their parents. You may have an uncle, you may have an aunt, somebody in the family. Then it might not even be a family member that take on the responsibility of helping you. My thing is, that's what it is with me. Me being a victim of gun violence, me being a citizen of the city, growing up in the city, to know the effects of gun violence, to be a part of it. It's time for change. To be able to go to jail and be in prison for 13 years, in a wheelchair, and to come back out, you know, and to see how our little kids, it's because it's nobody taking a full hand and say, well, look, I'm going to take a hand and do what I can do. You know what I'm saying? I got my cousins, anybody, child that I can mentor around me every day. Every day you see me, you're going to see kids around me. You're going to see somebody that's not my age. I'm always around young kids, but...
I have a question to ask you. How old were you when you got put in that wheelchair?
19. I was 19 years old. I had just graduated from Booker T. I was supposed to graduate from Booker T, and I got paralyzed in 86, September the 29th, 86, on Willa and 6 in the Magnolia Project. About 12 something at night. I got shot behind a Harley Davidson motorcycle accident. I took the motorcycle and the bike had drugs on it. As a result, the guy who the bike was for put a hit on him. I was joyriding on the bike, riding around, so a lot of my friends knew I had the bike. Guy came through inquiring. He was looking for me for the bike. He was trying to buy it. As a result, he got shot.
He told on you.
Well, yeah, I ain't gonna say they told. You know, just if you somebody in the hood, you can get worried about going in the hood where such and such may be the one you're looking for, and that's how you came. The guy shot me coming from a club. I was going to my girlfriend's house, and I left the club. Left my burner, my gun in the club because I didn't feel I needed it. Rolled around the corner and a guy run up on me. Hit me 4 times with a 45. He come to stand over me, but it was a lady that was on her porch. Shot at you and shot him enough, and that's what made him stop shooting. Walked back around the car, got in the car, and pulled off. As a result, I never saw the guy again. Next time I saw the guy, he had been killed, so, you know.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Before my friend Dorian Baham gets to interview him, is there anything that you want to tell to our watchers on TV in the city of New Orleans and also in the city of Dallas and Houston? Because we all, you know, God has enlarged our boundaries. We also will be getting footage out there, bringing awareness from New Orleans all over internationally and globally.
We have to take full responsibility and go back to the old ways again, you know, and start teaching our kids and bringing them up in the right way. You got to take on the responsibility, like I say. If you're a step-parent, you got to take on the parent role if it's not your child or raise the child. You know, a lot of times people put the responsibility in a lot of other people's hands for your child to be raised by just your family, but it's not like that no more. We all have to take that responsibility on to, as being a nurturing person to a child and giving what you was gave. If a person raised you up in a way and you know how your mama respected that, when you come outside, I'm 40 years old, I don't come outside any kind of way. I'm the same because I was raised a certain way, so I don't go out my boundaries. In other words, I can't do nothing that I wasn't taught. If we're not teaching, they don't know.
Exactly, that's my point. And I have one more tiny question for you before Dorian interviews Francis. How many other people are in this same position? Because I just see 2 wheelchairs and 2 people, but I'm more than sure there's other people that have been through the same thing. Well, how many wheelchairs?
The group was also started with us too. Like we have right now roughly 15 to 18 members, when it's not just males. Most people see us and they see us out in numbers, it's always males. I play wheelchair basketball too, so it's always a male thing when you see us in a group. But when you get to see the setting and the whole thing, they have women playing basketball, just like we have women in this group. We didn't want the group.
How did these women get the same thing,
gunshot violence? Well, Ann Mays is around the same age as me. We ran around the same era, 80-something. She got paralyzed as a result of the same thing, gun violence, you know what I'm saying? Her brother was killed as a result of gun violence. So, I mean, we are all from different areas of the city. That's what makes it, you know, that's why I really started. He's from the 9th Ward, I'm from the 3rd Ward, and from downtown in the 7th Ward, wherever she from. And these people from all over parts. Rolling Joe from out the 17th. We got Popcorn and Tim from downtown in the 7th Ward. Popcorn from the 9th Ward. We got people in Baton Rouge. We got people in Shreveport. It's not just a Louisiana thing. It's global, period, to just bring awareness to our struggle here in New Orleans. You know, you see, I go to all other states. I done been to Ohio. I done been to Louisville last year for the national wheelchair national basketball league. And these people living good. Their houses are accessible. I've been living in this city. It's sad to say it's not a lot of houses that's handicap accessible. He can't get this house through the average door sill. He can't get it on the average porch if it's not accessible. You know what I'm saying? For me, I have to get out of my chair and pull my chair up the steps. I have to get out of my chair and let my chair down the steps. When I get to the bathroom, I have to lock my chair and transfer from my chair on the toilet or to the tub. So I don't have a house handicap accessible. But by the grace of God, He's always allowed me to be able to put on my clothes, such as my boy, he needs help. I don't have a home nurse. I don't have nobody to put my clothes, and I get up with the will, you know, that God has always gave me for these 28 years to do it on my own. So I want it.
Y'all sound so independent with this.
You have, man, if you know what it is, this wheelchair thing is serious. And the reason why I'm so tight to him is because we are on the same level as far as dealing with our situations. We're going through some of the same things. His wife couldn't understand why I ran and came up here constantly for him. Because I want to know if I was in the chair, he would do. If I was in this situation, he would do it for me. It's not even a thought. So I'm telling you, it's not about what you see. If he called me 3 o'clock in the morning and say he need me to scratch his back and ain't nobody to scratch it, I'm gonna get up and come scratch it. It's just that simple. It's no second nature.
See, I know you said that you know he was in a hospital and too many people wasn't coming visit us. We are total strangers and we came out. That's why I say it's not hard, because Dorian, she goes out every Monday. Can you?
Right. But that's Monday. Good, man. That's, you know, for me, it's when you know the situation, you done been in it. Like I said, I'm in the chair. I've been in the chair longer than him. So I know what it is. I know what type of cat he is, and I know what his spirit is. If he had his own body, all his limbs, you heard me, he would be able to take care of himself. But in a situation when you have to depend on somebody, sometimes that really hurts when a person not there for your 100. You heard me? So me and him being in the chair, me eating jokes and did time, I done did time. I done been behind the wall for 13 flat years in the chair with able-bodied people. You know what I'm saying? Where I didn't have no personal assistant to make my bed. I didn't have no personal assistant to go bring me to go to the store. I went to the store on my own. I stacked my stuff on my lap on my own. I carried it back to my dorm on my own. When I got off the bus, I grabbed my own bundle of clothes. He sent me to Joe's through 13 years flat. I did that. I'm back home. But it's sad to see a lot of our little young brothers, when you see them out here, they wilding. But when they get back there, it's a whole different, Katrina, I spent my birthday. I'm born August 31st. I spent my birthday in Katrina in the Superdome, ground level 0, where it wasn't nothing, no security, no nothing. To be in that situation in a wheelchair, had to leave here to go to Houston and be rolling up the street and have people stop. They called us. I said, man, where you from? You from New Orleans? Like, hey, my family walking on the sidewalk. I'm in the street, going in their pocket, giving me money. I never had that happen to me. So that was overwhelming to me to be able to be exiled from your city, called a refugee, to go to a state where they don't even know you. Man, these people is
showing love. Right.
Man stopping at the gas station. This man a whole preacher. He went his wallet. Man, what you got in your purse? The one that went in her purse. I just instantly started crying. I never had nobody to do that.
One of your annihilators out your
yeah. All right, I'm good. Okay, you heard me? So that was overwhelming.
All right, Francis, tell me a little bit about yourself, your condition, what happened to you.
My name is Francis Fowler.
Okay.
December 13, 2004. I was shot in the head, thrown off the Elmanassa Bridge, and a train ran over me.
Wait, say that again?
Shot in the head.
You were shot in the head.
Thrown off the Elmanassa Bridge, and a train ran over me.
Wow. You were shot in the head, thrown off the Elmanassa Bridge, and was rolled over by a train.
Wow. Cut my arm off. It cut my left big toe, left side of this off. And I got paralyzed from the drop off the bridge.
Wow.
Oh my God.
He was destined to be here.
Yes. God.
Right. Nothing but God. So what about the organization that you guys have with the wheelchairs, the little brotherhood y'all put together with the wheelchairs and stuff? How long that's been going on?
Since December
2013.
December the 12th, 2013.
You want to remember that?
And I was in the hospital for IV antibiotics, what I'm in the hospital for now.
Okay.
When they brought the paperwork and everything came finalized for Push for Change.
Push for change is just what it says. Push for change. We pushing to change a lot of things. It's not just about us. It's about you. It's about bringing awareness to the city of New Orleans. A lot of people look at the outer exterior when they come here for the tourism part. You know what I'm saying? But that's good too. I love my city for that too. But at the same time, it's a lot of stuff that go on in this city that a lot of people don't know.
I know that, and that's another thing. And I wanted to let you guys know. Sunday, yesterday we talked with you all, set up the interview. I contacted my friend Dorian Beham. Me speaking for myself, this is a new experience. I've experienced all different areas and adventures and stuff like that, but I've never experienced this situation with a wheelchair. What about you, Dorian? This your first time?
Either. It's my first time. I mean, I know Ann Mays. I've done some comedy shows with her. My mom has done comedy with her, so I know her story too. And to just watch how independent she is, and she drives to the shop, and her personality, and just this glow around her. You know, you gotta be that way. So I commend y'all for being strong and just pushing forward, when you don't have any other choice.
Right.
So, but I mean, our city does need to step up and, take heed and reward you guys, really put a pat on the back. And also, I would like to see if y'all would be interested in, like, speaking out loud, like the kids, like you said, that's in your situation.
I do it at all my. When I was doing it at Wilson, I was a part of a club where it's still a parenting pack. It's called the Wolf Pack. But I've always tried to touch in my neighborhood. If I wasn't a part of whatever they had, I always any little brothers that was around my kids or around my house, came in my house, I always laced them up. I felt like that was a need. When I say lacing up, that's how I was taught. My boots got laced up when I was 15, so when I jumped off the porch, I knew what everything was and what I was getting into. These kids don't know and don't even much have a clue. They just jumping out and wanting to be accepted, so they gonna indulge in anything to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? If they just give them a little love, it would change a little way they feeling. When you don't have nobody loving you and you don't know how to get love back, then this is what you get the result.
That's a slogan I use all the time. A little help gives a lot of hope.
They see us everywhere. Everywhere I go. All the youth from downtown, uptown.
One day that's what we gonna do. One day all you gotta do is we can go into any function. If y'all go to the second line, all y'all gotta do is just get behind us and follow and watch how many people just come up and greet me, white, black, every Sunday, every day, all day. He can go anywhere. Me and him roll anywhere. We ain't gotta have nobody with us. And it was times where we carried guns, when we was packing them like they talking about they packing them now, but you know what I'm saying?
Y'all
Like you say, I'm going to see. I don't have to worry about it. I come home 2:30 in the morning. I ain't tripping because I ain't out here like that, and I know God has changed my life. So that being said, I ain't got to worry about it. I've been shot, but
That's what I want to ask you. You been to penitentiary? You been to Angola?
No, I've been to DCI, I've been to Wade, I've been in Hunts, and all these prisons I touched in the 13 years I was incarcerated. But at the same time, I won't go touch all these prisons again, but I don't want to touch them from being in prison. I want to go back from, I've been home now like, I did 13, I've been home like 14, so I should be eligible to go back. I want the people that used to see me, that told me, like, we gonna hold this bed for you, you coming back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm coming back, but I'm coming back embracing my brothers, telling them when you get home, stay home. You know what I'm saying? Because I got I know it's going to be a lot of people in the Paris, it's going to be people in Texas, it's going to be people in Houston.
How you doing?
You going to the store?
Where you going? Miss you.
I have to put it.
And Brad was saying y'all got each other back, right? All right, Francis. I know it's a difficult topic, and but I would like to hear a little bit more about your story, and if you can give us a little flashback of that time when your tragedy occurred, and take it from there.
Well,
What day? When was this?
this was December 13th, 2004. I called my family up. I was wilding out. I was on the run from a work-release program. And I called my family and told them I was on my way home. I was leaving from out the night walk. And that was the last thing I remember. I woke up 6 days later in Charity Hospital, John Doe. And they told me what happened to me. The forensic crime lab and everything. And I was 33 when it happened. I'm 42 now by the grace of God. Right after the accident, I went to New Orleans Home and Rehabilitation, which is uptown, down the street from Charity Hospital. They come got me from there. May the 5th, 05, before Katrina, and locked me up. So I had to go through the turnaround in prison. They brought me through Hunts, and they sent me to Angola. I went to Angola. I stayed in Angola for like a year and a half. A year and a half. Then they brought me back to Hunts, and I discharged. September the 9th, 08. And I went to a nursing home in Jackson, Louisiana for 2.5 years. I left the nursing home on my own. I signed myself out, and I moved with a stranger in the East. And I stacked my money up, and by the grace of God, I got my own apartment. And I've been independent since. But all that's God, though.
3, 2, go.
Well, Dorian, the positions that we are in doing the community work, community leading and stuff, there's going to be a lot of amazing stories we hear, but this is the serious one of all. In these notorious streets of New Orleans, the guy was shot multiple times, body thrown off the bridge, burnt up, and the train took his arm off. I mean, just imagine going
stories. I couldn't imagine going.
Right here in our city of New Orleans, so I see why people are doing, I see why they did the push for change.
Right, which is a great program, I think, and it's bringing awareness to those that's handicapped in the wheelchairs, and we do, all the properties we have, we never really bounce back from Hurricane Katrina. There's so many properties, from commercial buildings to homes that's just blighted and it's just serving no purpose. I mean, those homes could go to the people that's homeless. It can go to the vets, it can go to a handicap and be more accessible to, their way of living. And it seems like the city officials, even the people that has made it out of the city as in business or music or whomever, that's, they just don't care to turn around and look back.
Yep, and just like my friend Dorian Bayham said, we're going to stick with that logo. A little help makes a lot of hope. And what I want my people to know that are watching the Real Talk Show with Rashonda Blanks and the glorious Dorian Bayham, a peanut didn't just make peanut butter. If I reach you a peanut, it's going to take action. That peanut cannot turn into peanut butter until you take action and you turn it into peanut butter. The 2 keys to success is believing in yourself, and having faith. Is there anything you have to tell to our watchers, Dorian, our young people, our older people, different races, and whoever will be watching our New Orleans TV network TV show?
Stay grounded. Stay in church. Stay prayed up. And step outside the box. Help each other. We would have never met these guys if we would have never stepped out the box. It's not about wards. It's not about neighborhoods. It's about the city and the community. And I think everybody needs to step out their comfort zone and shake hands, man. Shake hands, get to know each other, hear some stories. I saw these dudes, and they may have looked at me and assumed that I can help them, but really the day I come out today, they helped me a lot, just from the knowledge and the input that they gave us. So like Rashonda said, man, a little help gives a lot of hope. We love y'all. Thank you, Rashonda Blanks, for inviting me once again. Thank you, Francis. We love you, man. I hope to see you a little bit more.
Yeah,
Thank you, my boys in the back.
Thank y'all too.
Thank y'all, man. This ain't gonna be our last time looking at it.
No, this won't, because this is the type of stuff we need on our TV. These are some, if y'all won't know what soldiers are, because I see our young people, they want to be thugging and all that. Believe, you think Rick Ross is really riding around with a chop in the car? You think they really posted up with bricks of dope on the corner? No. These people are rich, their kids are rich, they got their kids in private school, half of them are educational. These are real true soldiers. These soldiers that have been to war, they have been on the battlefield and they have survived. They are people that were saved from death. I am someone that was saved from death. Dorian Bayham is someone that's saved from death. So we have to be grateful. We have to work with what we have. I couldn't even imagine myself being in the position that they're in. But they wasn't just in that position. They had lives, which they still have lives now, but they weren't in wheelchairs all their life. So you don't know what can happen to you at any time. So it's best to, just like Dorian said, stay prayed up. And you know, we're an organization of love. Our main compassion is to try to turn an already bad situation into good, just like we said. And you'll hear me say that on every TV show, because it is useful and it's needy and it's worthy. Stay tuned in with us, you all.
I'm Ryder, girl, I beat them blocks up when I heat them pots up. 40 cal Glock, I've been running from coppers. But right now, nigga, I'm rolling from toppers. Fish scale, big rod with monsters. Been swallow 7 grams of that cocaine monster. Robbed in the hoop with the junk all popped up. Rod with a body in the trunk all popped up. Bullets the size of tater tots when they pop up. Straight to the chamber off the whole bang of them. I done went to aiming home and shoulder up. This shit is killing me. I'm shoulder leaning lyrically, blowing on that young Joe with old money, busting out my pocket at the socket. Joker, nigga try to flow show, kick dope, technical knockout. But it's a different situation. I got surgical with Glocks out, miracle worker with a magical wrist, feeling like a leprechaun with lucky charms like this. So I let that sit and straight drop motion. And they still can't believe the twin is at per se. Le boy, I'm raw. That downtown nigga for real, lot to desire, me and my dog, man.
And the way you was sitting in that chair, you don't even look like you,
But I can show you something.
Come on, Scott, the second line coming back.
I just want to show you. I'm saying, I went to jail. I have a walk.